Peace, peace, family. Y'all know what it is. Let's get into it. I don't gotta talk about it. Let's just be about it.
I run a podcast solo. No producer, no editor, no tech skills, just Riverside. I get high quality.
Things got better for black people in Pharaoh.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Hold on. Extraterrestrials
Meaning?
brought the Bible is what you suggested.
No, extraterrestrials influenced the Bible because people couldn't openly say that they was talking to these motherfuckers. Anunnaki translates to arachnoid.
Right.
The actual name for spider scientifically is arachnoid. Right. Me literally arguing with the corrupt of the government about my life. Like I just told you, I was in Tompkins County. I just had to literally tell if y'all put your hands on me, I'm going to go as many of y'all as I can.
Welcome to X-Files, right? There's a lot of stories told, a lot of information given, right? But is the information you're giving true or is it false, right? Is the Bible an actual book where they teach God or are you worshiping the sun? I don't know. Food, is it poison? What should you eat? Look, I don't know, right? But listen, welcome to X-Files, where we reveal the previously unrevealed. Listen, and to help me find out, I got two people with me, right?
I'm back. I'm back.
Tony.
I'm back. Because I ain't been on here in a long time, but I had to pull up to come see my uncle. I had to pull on up to come see my uncle.
You didn't pull up to come see me, the Pharaoh, the God. Dude.
And yes, I did. I kind of pull up to see my boy. I swear that's not that. Cause see, I stopped coming here for a while because my granny had said he ain't no good. I need to stop. I need to stop hanging around him. She said he ain't got nothing to do with no God. She said you better stay away from that Uncle 607. But I came back because I had to pull up on my boy. So young Pharaoh. I had to come see young Pharaoh if anything. Yeah, so I'm back. I'm back.
One of this busting.
I'm back.
We got Pharaoh. Listen, I ain't seen you. I ain't seen you in a while, gang. Yo, blow my questions up.
Oh,
gang.
y'all met each other before?
No, I'm talking about the internet.
On the internet, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't like seen a lot of stuff on the internet with him in a while. I was seeing him and then I ain't seen him.
I ain't getting no handshake. You ain't seen me in a while. You been
here all day. Come on, gang. Stop.
I've been here all day, but I ain't been out here to see you.
Please blow my questions up, bro. Like you had them before.
Yeah.
I ain't seen you in a minute. Like it's probably been what, about 6 months, 4 months?
No, you've been kind of like in mental hospital.
When you wasted my time to come do some performance stuff and y'all didn't even post it?
No, it's never wasted your time because time is not even real. But no, you've been back and forth in mental hospitals and stuff, right? They've been thinking you've been crazy.
And probably time for me to somebody asked to fuck up because they probably most likely been throwing you in there and ain't shit wrong.
It wasn't. I did take a trip through the crazy house.
Well, time to break their ass up.
But I'm okay.
Right.
I'm okay.
Right.
I'm back and I'm here to stay.
Right. Well, I'm glad we're here to stay, man, because we trying to figure out, right, the full truth, right?
About Pharaoh?
Not about Pharaoh,
about it all, right?
About the lessons, about everything, about what's been taught. Is there a truth, is there a false?
Yeah.
Or is true and false like heads and tails on the same coin, right? Is true or false just a vision of the reality you choose to see? Or is true or false actually real? That's what we're going to try to find out today, right? But Pharaoh, for you,
yes.
What about everything we've been taught? Is it true or false? The stuff we've been taught like in school. Let's start with the schools. Did the schools teach us the truth?
No, the schools most definitely didn't teach us the truth. And just to confirm, I want to make sure I can look at any one of these, correct?
Right,
the one straight here, yes. Yeah. The schools most definitely didn't teach us the truth. And as I get ready to expound on that once again, I want to give a special shout out to both of these gentlemen. Thank y'all both for having me here.
Right.
Y'all know how I do before I come on anybody podcast. I show my respect. So thank you for
anytime. I only came for you. I came to see my boy.
Yeah. And shout out to these gentlemen and shout out to what they got going on. I 100% support it. from what I've seen. I'm not gonna lie and say I've seen everything, but from everything that I've seen, it interested me enough for me to be able to come out here in 24 hours, 48 hours on the call. So I want to give them a shout out before I answer that question. I also want to give a shout out to my 10-year friend and business partner, Ron, who is the author behind that hieroglyphic PlayStation and controller I got and all of my flyers for the years. And I just want to give him a shout out because he's been with me through it all. And I don't trade on my friends. And if I'm making some new friends now, y'all will see I don't trade on my friends. He's been with me through it all. And I want to give him a shout out. Salute to Designer Kid Ron. He's on all my social medias. Just click my followings, and it is Ron the Designer Kid or Designer Kid Ron, as however he spelt it. And with that being said, now to answer your question, no, school does not actually, in this particular country, because I want to be that specific, because if you watching it in another country, I don't want you to go to school and cuss your Board of Education out, right? So let's be that detailed. In what is considered to be the United States in America, in regards to, or in accordance with the language that we all primarily allegedly speak, which is English, and I say allegedly because that's not a real language either. That's
because we actually supposed to speak through the mind, right? Through telecommunicating,
and we're gonna go into that too. That's right. So, Bow, we finna get cooking.
Shit.
We finna get. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Just say the topics ain't came up.
I be trying to learn my spiritual
education. About this shit every day.
Cause see, I come over here to learn my spiritual education because I'm big on my spiritual growth. I'm learning different things and stuff like that. And he be bird feeding me like.
Let me ask you a question for answer that. Did he ever try to put you on to something and you ain't give a fuck?
You don't know what an AI work management platform is? Okay, let me tell you. Here's 3 new AI-powered changes to the Monday platform in 2026 and what they actually mean. We all know we need to use AI, but we're still figuring out how. Well, Monday.com figured it out. Number 1, Monday Sidekick. It's like your own business consultant, but not like the one you pay hourly and that gives you generic advice. It has read every document, knows every project, budgets, timelines, everything. It answers any question about your business with infinite knowledge. Number 2, Monday Vibe. It's like having your own implementer 24/7 for free. It builds smart workflows with a single prompt. It makes adoption and onboarding way easier and faster speed to value. It will even build a whole new platform for you. Whatever you need. Number 3, AI-powered everything. Your budget column can extract quotes from a PDF. Your copy writes itself. Translating to different languages, done instantly. Everything just got faster than ever. Monday.com is the single best AI work management platform out there today. It's a completely new experience.
If you, or someone you know, have a teenager who is on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or Snapchat, this is the money glitch that could get families potentially compensated right now. These apps were allegedly built to keep teenagers hooked, not by accident, on purpose. And while your child was scrolling for hours, getting more anxious, more depressed, more lost, these companies had proof it was happening. They saw it, they hid it, and they did nothing. This isn't just talk. Over 2,000 families have already filed lawsuits. CBS News reported that Meta's CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, was called to testify in court over the damage Instagram caused to children. This is real, and it is happening right now. Here is what most parents don't know. If your child dealt with depression, anxiety, eating problems, self-harm, or thoughts of suicide while using these apps, your family may qualify to seek potential compensation. In January 2026, Snapchat and TikTok settled a major addiction lawsuit before a jury could even hear the case. They saw the evidence and chose to pay. Facebook already paid $85 million for mental health harm. One family got $9.1 million after losing a child to social media. File now, money that could help with therapy costs, secure their college fund, or give your family a fresh start, but only if you act before the final lawsuit is filed. After that date, the door is closed forever. You are out. No exceptions. 85% of families who qualify will never file because they think their child's story isn't bad enough. Don't make that mistake. It's free and it takes 30 seconds. A few simple questions. That's it. Your information stays 100% private. You are not signing anything by checking. You are just finding out if you qualify. But you have to do it before the deadline hits. Don't let these companies get away with what they did to our teenagers. Click now to check if you qualify. This page comes down once the lawsuit moves forward.
Yeah, because you took a little long to say no. It's probably a yeah.
Tony confused. He thinks this is a podcast, not an interview. So he's trying to interrupt you from talking, but this is a podcast. It's an interview, not a podcast.
But it's all right. It's a good flow. I'm just playing it. I'm just
playing
the
interview.
We interviewing him. We do the podcast.
Yeah, I'm interviewing him, but
I'm just playing the defender.
I'm talking to him too.
That's right. I'm just playing the defender on it.
Tony lost. Tony probably in another dimension right now.
No, Tony, all right.
He interrupted you landing.
I mean, I was just outside, like playing with the wind, like
working,
doing the water work. Like, do you know how? Like, are you into like moving the wind?
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that.
Okay.
All of that.
Yeah, because I was just outside doing it. He interrupted me. He came back there. I'm up there doing the wind and stuff, and he come back there. Tony, time to do the interview. Like, dang, can I?
Well, that's called geokinesis.
Yeah. Satisfy my inner child for a little bit.
That is called geokinesis and aerokinesis. And to answer that question, before I lose my train of thought.
Right. He finna make it.
Wait a minute, no, y'all all right? Listen, to answer that, this finna get fun. This is just energy in the beginning, getting ready to get fun. Trust me, that's what that is. Trust me when I tell y'all this. This is finna get fun. We finna have a very good dialogue. Right. Now, to answer that question, no, schools in America particularly do not educate you. School is a Latin word for skule, which actually means to hold back. Other countries don't even call the centers where their children go schools. They call them education centers or education, institutions. Probably in America, it's like people realize that that's very rare that we use the word school, because school actually by definition means to hold back, right? And they purposely teach you late or slow. Just like one of the most famous things in America is what everybody know, that everybody in the South get all the new music and movies before everybody in the North get it. Right. So by the time I hear some shit and see some shit in the South, it's like, nigga, we just was dancing in the club to that for 3 months, and I'm just now.
So with school, are you talking about school, like a schoolhouse, or are you talking about like college? Is it a difference? Both is bad.
Both. The answer. Well, I'm not gonna say you can't get good things out of them, right? But what I will say is they are being manipulated to purposely teach you at a slow pace.
So do you believe most people are living consciously, or are they programmed by the schools?
Both.
What do you mean? How can you be consciously and programmed at the same time?
Well, your brain is always gonna revolt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably, like, all of us is probably the in the class that was like, well, what, this don't make sense, and raising our hands. You know what I'm saying? That's who I would say are the conscious people that's going through it, button with the teachers, or you know what I'm saying? You want to get up.
Did you always get suspended and kicked out and stuff from school, or were you like a straight
No, but I've always been to tell my teacher that they wrong. I've always been that.
Oh, so tell somebody they're wrong. So what do truth mean to you?
Yes, sir.
What does truth mean to you?
Truth to me is unaltered, unedited reality that doesn't need anything other than itself to prove itself. I'm gonna give you a perfect example.
Who determines it?
It determines it, and if you don't understand it, then you not saying you personally, right? Let me give my disclaimer. I don't play on people's top. Not saying this gentleman. I'm just saying you, as in whoever this hypothetical person is. If you don't understand it, then you don't have Did somebody miseducated you?
Can the truth change?
There's probably a language barrier.
Can the truth change?
No, but the application of force can change.
What that mean? Application of force can change.
Truth is just a level of force that's applicated at time in a wise manner. For example, if I get up in this and I start wilding, y'all do have to restrain me. Now, obviously, I know not to do that, but like, if I'm only just doing this and you punch my teeth out my mouth, that was excessive.
Right. So your truth couldn't be my truth. We could have two different truths.
No, there's only one truth. Then there's the expression of it. Now let me say this. Water, right? Like, I say peace to people, but I say peace because it is the ultimate truth of existence for all entities until disturbed by an outside phenomena. So let me give you an example. Peace in Japanese is heiwa, just like saying water, right?
You're saying peace is good.
Peace is what it is.
You said peace is good.
Peace is divinely virtuous, and it's what it is, and it's something you would always have if an outside force never.
So something born without pain, without drama, without chaos is good.
And that's sacred. Why they say you born in sin.
It's sacred.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, right? So everybody watching this, they kind of did a study, and I did a study too. Everybody watched. They did a study with the trees, right? They took one tree, right? They took one tree, and they put the tree in the bubble, right? The tree had no access to wind, had no access to anything that can blow on it, right? This tree did grow very strong, grew stronger than all the other trees, longer than all the other trees, greener than all the other trees, but there was a problem with that. It fell down because it didn't have wind blowing on it. It didn't have the pain of the wind blowing on it, so it couldn't make its roots as strong.
Right, couldn't breathe.
So let me tell you two things. Everybody watching this, life with just good will bring you the same. Right, you need good and bad to make a good life.
Now, I'm not gonna say this man is wrong. All I'm gonna do is say details. Me personally, I say good and bad is where people is where the extra space of, let's say, ponder comes from. We should just say virtue and vice.
Yeah.
Because see,
I don't like good or
that's
bad
what I'm
either.
that's what I'm saying. Thank you. He understood.
Understood that.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no good or bad. See,
I said it's about to get busted.
Right.
I said this podcast is about to get busted.
Right
I said it's about to get busted.
Right now.
I told you it's about to get busted. Virtue and vice.
You lost. See, you lost. You understand what? Tony lost.
Because he always take the fun out of everything. He talking about we doing an interview.
We Gucci. It's
relevant. Why you still in the past? Why you still somewhere
See,
else?
and then he always do that.
Wait a minute. Just don't let me forget my thought. Pause. Just don't let me forget my thought, and then we can jump right back to that. Virtue and vice, right? And then come back to peace. Virtue and vice, no matter what your culture is, no matter what I don't like to say the word gang. I don't like this. I like to say organization, right? No matter what your organization is, what your culture is, you know what virtue is and you know what vice is. I don't got to speak English to know not to go in that man wallet. I don't got to speak English to know not to go in this man wallet. Whether I spoke English or not, I saw you put something down that didn't belong to me. I knew not to touch it unless you asked me to hand it to you.
Right.
And if you ask me to hand it to you, I'm gonna tell you, hey, you see me, I'm gonna make sure you see me hand it to you. I'm not even gonna hand it to you to where you be like, what happened? That's virtue and vice. That is an innate understanding of peace. Now look at a body of water like a lake. The lake is calm until somebody skip a rock. So the rock skipper, right, and disturb the peace. So the rock skipper, right, is like the person that's bothering your mind. That's like people that bother you till they give you literal brain tumors or cancer, or like you ever be around a that's just excessively loud. Sometimes it's cute when hoes is loud, but I'm talking about excessively loud.
That's one thing I could not stand. Like a loud female go.
Because she giving you cancer. And they do it on purpose. I'm gonna tell you what happened. A lot of these went to the military during World War I and World War II, and they learned torture tactics on how to clip a while he in the hospital.
Because that tone,
right.
Listen,
so
that vibration just looks like a vibration that nobody should like to hear. It hurts my ears.
And an animal would attack you for it. This shit,
too loud?
Yeah.
It sound like a female.
Yeah.
Because see, I have a lot of female friends, and I be witnessing a lot of stuff that be going on that females be doing, but sometimes it seems like the more rowdy.
Sometimes it's cool. But you got to know how to flavor it.
It's never cool for me.
No. Let me not tell you no, because let me not tell you no. No. Because I cut you off before you got all the way out. I didn't even get to see what the you was gonna say first. I was still computing my thought and then saying what yours. So let me not say no, because you got to finish what you was gonna say before.
So men don't like that.
No, we don't like when it becomes to the point where law enforcement.
How you asking you?
Law enforcement.
No, because I'm asking on behalf of my homegirls. My homegirls have men that like that. They be seeming like they like it.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
They be being all rowdy in their face, clapping hands in face and stuff, and will act like it's a problem, then we'll be right back in their face.
No. Listen to me. I don't mind that sometimes. I don't mind that. That's ratchet. I like ratchet. I don't like raunchy.
And what's the difference?
What's the difference? Watching and ratchet.
See, that's just like virtue and vice. I like ratchet hoes just like I like. I don't like raunchy. Now a raunchy is like a that call the police on you knowing you ain't did shit wrong, trying to get your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Now what he was doing was like, hey, that's cool, but like trying to get you to hit me. Like I know I'm
loyal.
A bitch.
She's not loyal.
It's not loyal.
Calling the police and doing that.
That's not loyal, but I'm talking about raunchy is like purposely doing shit that cause you.
Yeah. Right. Which is police calling, what about putting the hands on you?
Putting hands on you, but it get deeper than that. You
don't like that?
Purposely ruining every moment that you got to remember for the rest of your life. This bitch not gonna never argue with you until it's your birthday. Cause she know every birthday you have, you gonna always remember the time that went that birthday. Okay. This bitch not gonna purposely argue with you, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Just women who purposely destroy your special moments.
So a woman trying to destroy your special moments on purpose. Tell me about that.
That's a raunchy, that's an evil spirited. Now in the hood language, we call it raunchy.
Right.
And a ratchet ain't evil.
How can you detect one of those?
They don't hide. They up as much as they can, right in your face.
Right.
We gonna detect
listening
one of those.
to your grandparents.
Right. Listen, it's sort of like this. So you really can't tell. It's like this. It was a man, right? He died. When he died, he went to heaven. And he's like, whoa, I'm here in heaven. And the angel like, yeah, this is heaven. They said, well, do me one favor. They're like, what? just for 1 second, I just want to see what hell look like. Now in heaven, everybody there, the same people that was there, they was talking good, everybody was smiling faces, and everybody was smiling.
Right.
He said, okay, you want to go to hell real quick? He said, yeah, take me to hell real quick. They blinked, they showed up. He said, hold up, we the same place. The only difference was the people there was yelling and screaming at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So so it's like it's the same place. Hell and heaven was in both. It's like the flip of the coin.
And now guess what he just jogged my mind on? What is conversing? It's like a song. I can't rap when you rap. I can't sing when you sing. Right. I gotta wait till the
so everybody was yelling at each other, like mad at each other and stuff.
And they wasn't aligned.
Right.
So did he want to go back to heaven after that?
I didn't tell you the rest because let me tell you this, it ain't about where you at, it's about the experience. Like I'm gonna tell you this, it was 2 months.
Because sometimes it's fun to watch other people.
Let me tell you this, it was 2 months. A lot of people probably don't understand it, brother, but I do. Let me tell you how I do. It was 2 months. 1 month was like, oh, I can't be in the world, I'm do this. Another month, like, you tripping. I'm not finna lose life, just sit up and all day.
Yeah,
so
too much anything is bad.
This month went out and he went out to the world.
Right.
He became enlightened. He became a master teacher because he indulged with everything in the world, but he didn't indulge with everything in the world being aware. He ain't let nobody trick him. Like, yeah, I'm gonna accept this, but you ain't playing on me. Like brother say, I eat this when I eat this. I eat this when I eat this, right? Depending on where I at is where I'm eating, but I'm eating the word, so everything is good. That's why I asked Jesus what is good on the earth, and I'm talking about Jesus' consciousness, but they say everything is good. Because everything is good once your mind says good. Your mind determines what's bad or good, is what I'm telling you. So whatever you tell your mind is bad becomes bad. Whatever you tell your mind is good becomes good. Now, is there any good in the Bible?
Potentially.
What is the Bible? Is it history, right? Is it symbolism, or is it control?
It is the Bible, right? The Bible is a secret. I ain't gonna say secret because you could buy them at Walmart or Target, so it ain't a secret. Let me correct that. The messages in there are secret, and it is a secret conversation of warfare that has taken place on this planet for the last 6,000 to 10,000 years. Right. And it is like, what if me and this went and we clip somebody? Right. Hypothetically speaking.
So what's the history of the Bible?
We clip, I'm gonna go right now. Yeah. Me and this go and we clip somebody, but we ain't even gonna talk. I'm not even gonna text and be like, you remember last night I was dumping the 40? No. I might write a story and be like, Samson came down and had 40 seashells and they went into the water. And only he know what the that mean. And then he tell his kids what the that mean for 6,000 years. Now you got a secret riddle that only you know and your family mean. Now where the Bible came from is extraterrestrials were genetically engineering humanoids.
Hold on. Extraterrestrials
meaning
brought the Bible is what you suggested.
No, extraterrestrials influenced the Bible because people couldn't openly say that they was talking to these motherfuckers. So they created a scripted language. For example, Latin is used to talk to the spider. The original Bible is Latin Vulgate. Who established that? The Catholic Church. The Catholic. When you say it the proper way, the Catholic. That's where Gotham and all that come from. And that's where sacrifice to the devil was, because the devil is a big ass black widow and a tarantula. And they used to push the little Christian kids in there and let the tarantulas eat the kids, right? So they couldn't tell nobody they was doing that. So they...
This almost feels illegal to know after a car accident. Never sue the person who crashed into you if...
Spiritualized the you know what I'm saying, and wrote a story. But when you actually know the characters and you know the stories, or like somebody like me, I have probably read every religious book from front to back, but not just read it, conducted what is called investigative research. Not just research, but investigated everything in there, from where the words came, where the stories came from, how old is they. So I'm telling y'all from personal research that has been already confirmed. A lot of them stories in the Bible is like subliminal murder stories. That if you don't know that this really happened, you would never think that, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't put two and two together. Like, for example, blood libel, child sacrifice. Once again, sacrificing people to the devil. That's used to come around. I know y'all don't want to hear this. Caucasian militaries back in the day used to make their armor and make their shields and make their boots out of spider webs, because spider webs is not only virtually impenetrable, they are inflammable. A lot of people don't know that if you get enough spider web, you can't even burn that shit with a flamethrower. Ask a firefighter how hard it is to save a in a burning building that's old and abandoned with spider webs in it. Ask a firefighter how hard it is to put a fire out in a building that specifically got spider web. So spider webs is virtually inflammable too. So what happened was militaries, it started in Egypt. When they came to Egypt, who the Egyptians called the Hyksos, right? Hyksos means hybrid, genetically engineered. That's what that means. That's why our ancestors said they didn't want us playing with this particular group of people.
We're going deep in that. I want to talk about the Bible right now. We're going to get deep in all that.
I'm kicking it right to it. Yeah. So they coming back to the Bible, because the Bible starts where? At Egypt. The first plague was Egypt. The first plague was spider.
The Bible starts in Egypt, right?
No, excuse me, let me say it correctly. The stories that are being told in the Bible, those events took place in what is considered Egypt.
I'm glad you said that, right? Listen,
right.
I wanted to say something before I said it. He said it, right? When he said that it started where it started at, it was recorded here, right? It was recorded in the Book of the Dead, and this is kind of like from that time, right? So I'm saying that this
they got a Book of the Dead.
Book of the Dead. Yeah. These are the same books that's in your Holy Bible, that's in your Quran. These
stories
books are
influenced
these spells.
So that's in the Bible. Yeah, they took stuff out of that and put it in the Bible?
Yeah, but they couldn't remember it all. Like Moses couldn't remember it all.
I gotta tell my granny about this.
And Moses must remember vows didn't exist back then.
I don't think my granny knows none of that.
Let's talk about for everybody. So for everybody watching this now, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Now the brother just took us back and we understood exactly where it's come from. Now let's talk about the God that we all pray to, that we all worship, the Son of God. Why is the Son? Now I know back in them times the Son was named Ra, right?
Or Aten.
Right? And they prayed to it. And it was Ra here.
Interacted with it.
And it said Sumerians had a different name for it. Right? So I'm just saying this is the first time it was recorded in letters. But again, it was recorded in the clay. And the brothers just say how it was recorded for the spiders. So it's been recorded in different languages.
And the Sumerians, remember the Sumerians are the ones that was playing with the spider.
Yeah.
Anunnaki translates to arachnoid.
Right.
The actual name for spider scientifically is arachnoid.
Right. And
so when they say the gods that came down from heaven and that walked up on the sky and came down, so they're talking about spiders. Because if you spin a spider web high up in the sky, you're not gonna see it. It's gonna look like the same way me and you go to the circus, motherfucker walking on that tightrope like they walking on thin air.
It sounds crazy to you, but let me say this. I'm gonna break it down to everybody watching this. What can sound crazy to you really not sound crazy? Because what make you move is something called life energy. If life energy get inside you, you can be conscious, you can move, you do everything you want. If life energy get inside of this, it'll start moving. What I'm saying is, if I had control of life energy and I can move life energy, I could take my life energy and put it inside a bug. I could take the life energy outside of a bug and put it inside a dead baby.
Anything that can conduct an electrical signal.
Right. So what we're saying is that these are the type of things that's happening when you understand how to use energy and frequency. But our ability to use it have been targeted by the church. They target these.
Now don't leave out that spider. Right. And I don't want you to think I'm
I've been having dreams about spiders.
That's who
what does that mean if I've been having a lot of dreams about spiders?
I'm gonna answer that and I'm gonna let him finish.
We're still on the spider, but I was just telling you, let you know how these entities or these energies
that's right
can transfer into anything that's able to have the makeup. Why you think now you can put it in AI, and they got the AI right now that's called Joy that is moving, doing everything functioning, right?
Because there's a puppet master behind it?
Yeah, because they put the neurons in it with the brain, and now they made it so like this. So like if you look at the back of your TV, all the wires hooked up in that motherfucker make it go.
Right.
Whatever has to hook up to go, you can put life energy in it and it can go. So any dog, any cat, any animal, anything, anywhere, you can get in that, and they can use that and spy on you with it or use it to. It sounds crazy, but what if I turn myself to a poisonous fish and then make you eat me and give you AIDS? Or give you a disease you never had because you ate me? Sound crazy though, right?
I love it.
And that's how them
this is always crazy.
That's how them parasites
got.
What we were just talking about.
We're talking about parasites.
That's what we talking about. You said pescatarian. That's what happened.
But I have to learn all of this, so I'm taking it all in.
Yeah. I don't want you to. Okay. You said.
Now, I've been having a lot of dreams about spiders, right? So I can like see on the other side from time to time.
That's
like
right.
When I'm getting ready to wake up, I can see like some stuff, like I'm having sleep paralysis, but like I can kind of like get up for a little bit and kind of like look back and see myself. Right. I can lay back down, then I'll like see some spiders running across me a little bit, but then I forget a little bit. Fuck, I just see, but I know for a fact I just seen a spider in here, but then it don't be nothing in the house.
Right.
And then one time something like kind of like grabbed me or whatever, and I did like this, and I heard like a a noise or whatever, people gonna think I'm crazy. My granny gonna say, but for real though, that I'm not lying. I wouldn't try to make this up, but could you kind of like help me, give me like some insight?
Yeah, you probably worst. I'm gonna start with worst case scenario first. I always start with worst case first, even though that's most likely not the case, but it's the best case to start with. Because if it ain't the worst one, then it ain't that difficult to figure it out, most likely.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you could have had a spider or a tapeworm or something actually crawling inside of your brain or inside of your nervous system, and your subconscious is trying to show you that it's in there. Because sometimes you have dreams, but sometimes you're not having a dream. You're having your, what you call your inner self, show you the problem that you can't see internally. Okay. Just like, so that's like the equivalent of when you in a car, and obviously we ain't X-ray vision into the, into the under the hood, but the oil light will come on and you need oil. So sometimes dreams tell you that, like, that's like the oil light. So sometimes it is a dream, sometimes an experience, but most times it's your subconscious telling you have a knee injury that you may not be aware of. So I just gave you a dream where you falling on this same side. You know what I'm saying? Or you limping on this same side. Now, I don't believe that to be the case with you. What I believe to be the case with you is the case with most people. Same reason why the, let's just say original people of this planet, right? I'm gonna leave it there. I don't feel like arguing about no Aboriginal. I don't feel like arguing with y'all about no damn words. Let's just say the original people, they made dream catchers. Dream catchers are spider webs, and are mimicked off the spider web, and it's to show people that the spider could read your mind when you sleep. So most likely it's a spider in the attic, or it's a spider somewhere around spinning the web and it's reading your mind. Because like I keep telling people, the spider web, right? And no, I'm not no arachnophobic. That's a name that people came up with to discredit shit. The spider web is a satellite. The government, from the FBI to whoever the you could think of, they got phone tapping, tracking, all that satellite GPS. They got all of that from the spider web.
That's why it's called a spy.
I was gonna say, and spyware.
Because they spying on the original beings on the planet to make sure that we not doing nothing or something like that.
No, it ain't to make sure you ain't doing it. Because if it was to make sure you ain't doing shit, you wouldn't be looking and see.
So what would be the purpose of them monitoring anything?
They consuming the human population as a food source, making deals with government officials for exchange for armor, for highly advanced weapons and armor, turning vehicles into levitating, anti-gravitational, forms of vehicles. Like to answer this, to come back then, we was talking about the Bible. The story started in Egypt. Yes, spiders invaded Egypt, but they hide it in the Bible as Dracula through what they call blood. But blood, whenever you hear somebody talking about blood or Dracula, that's always code name for spider. The first plague of Egypt was what? Blood. Spiders, Dracula. And then, brain jumping. That's right. Told you it's finna get jumping. Okay. Right. Dracula. And before you go, let me get the second one out. Okay. And then after the first plague, what was the second one? And I'm pausing. The frog. The bodyguard of the spider. Spiders came, frogs came because they was attracted to the frequency being built by the pyramids, and they crawled. So
if these spiders, they want all of these weapons, and all of this stuff that you see.
No, humans wanted it.
Okay, well humans wanted it. Okay, but the spiders are the spies, and they want all of these things and stuff like that. What are they in my house? Spiders have a lifespan. Weapons and shit.
Spiders have a lifespan of 300 to 400 years. Most people don't know that. And they have babies by the thousands, if not hundreds. So 2 spiders in your house would turn into 2,000 spiders in like 30 days. Yeah. And so what happened was, it's pretty much the leftovers. The planet was invaded. It was a war like 6,000 to 10,000 years ago. That's how the Garden of Eden became a desert, aka Egypt became a desert. Spiders ripped up all the plants in the roots. They crawled in. That's why the capstone ain't on the pyramid. They crawled in the capstone, spent their web, and intercepted the literal latitude and longitude line of the planet, and literally intercepted the reincarnational process of the planet. And then it's 6,000 years later, and here we are, because we were invaded by a species that out-sexually produced us. And this is what happened also in World War II. I bring this up all the time. World War II, the Holocaust is a lie. It wasn't about nothing other than spiders. If you look up the Holocaust, millions of people did not die. Probably only, and I'm not degrading it, because even if one person died, that still hurt to somebody. So don't think I don't have for people's families. This is, I don't know. But what I'm saying is the numbers was greatly inflated. It wasn't no 5-10 million. It was like 250,000 to 100,000, like 100,000 to 250,000 people. And what happened was the Jewish government, Israel in America, was experimenting with spiders, and they didn't, for some reason, maybe somebody didn't inform them, maybe they didn't give a fuck, I don't know, but they didn't contain them. And started having babies to the point where you couldn't put them in a tank. Right, you can't put them in this place. And they started crawling out into the general public, and the government covered it up and said you got lice and you got fleas. But if you zoom in, thank you. Told you this gonna get cooking. But if you zoom in on a lice or a flea, it's a small spider. Just like a puppy is a puppy is a small dog, and a cub is a small cat, and a calf is a small cow or whatever the in a what you call a deer. Right. So they covered it up, and they didn't want to say, yeah, we got about 200 tarantulas under the ground. We got them. We just down there genetically engineering and all kinds. They didn't want to say that, so they just said, right. So they just blanked it on racism. This white man Hitler, who came out to see this black man Jesse Owens, who even though Jesse Owens was in this country, was not getting supported by the whole country. This white man from Germany came way over here to support this black man, and when he came over here to support us, a little bit before he came, he caught us doing experiments with that's not from this planet, and to cover it up. Not saying we, but I'm just speaking as if I was them. To cover it up, they just said that it was racist and he started a war. But in reality, if racism against black people was enough to start a world war, it'd be a world war every 15 minutes.
Yeah, but say this right.
It was a delicing program.
Say this. The same thing we're talking about God, right? We talk about, I don't want to get past, we talk about the Bible. The Son.
That's right. Bring back the
of God, right? And the Son. We talk about the Son or the Son. Like, is it a difference between the Son and the Son of God? Like,
what Jesus?
What are they talking about?
Remember Latin, or also known as Spanish, because Latin translates to Satan.
Right.
Latin, Satan, Satan. Right. Web of lies. Right. God told Eve not to bite the apple, but the apple is a black widow, famous for the fast. That's why when a got a fast and she walked by, you say she got the apple bottom jeans. So coming back to what you said, remember, Jesus translates to you saying hi to a spider, because Zeus in Greek is spider. So the god of thunder, right? Because remember, the god of thunder is not a sun god. Thunder ain't sunny. Right. So let's be clear on that. The original terminology for Jesus is Jesus. Hey Zeus, hey thunder god.
Because Jesus blocking the sun, actually, right?
That's what I was going to say.
Let's get to it.
Because the spider web is like an umbrella.
He's blocking the sun.
It is blocking the sun. And that's where the word.
What the hell is that?
No. When you see Jesus all the time, you see Jesus with a picture behind him.
You talking about the Caucasian? You talking about the Caucasian? We talking
no, because I know he said Jesus blocking the sun.
We talking about the white Jesus.
We talking about yes, correct. Let me get the word. Metaphorically, this entity is meant to make you externally project your energy into it versus going outside like what the fuck you was doing when I got here and just being in nature. So he brought up a perfect example, the story of the two monks. The thing that them two monks both didn't fuck up on is they didn't abandon the fact that they knew they had to go within and go to nature. So the one that didn't go into the world and the one that did go into the world both knew that whether you go into the world or not, you gotta go within. You understand what I'm saying? I said this. Fuck that up. Let me fuck that up. That's right. And so with that being said, listen.
He said that to me before.
Yeah. So listen to me.
And I got mad.
So and that's why in the beginning I said, did he ever try to tell you something you didn't want to listen? Because that'd dishearten him.
Like how you say who you are if you over here? Because I'm over here, but I'm within.
Right.
You see me over here, but you actually don't. My body over here.
They're over there, right. But my consciousness is where it's supposed to be.
Let's leave it at all times.
Bop. Yeah. And that's awareness. And so with that being said, hey Zeus, these words, when you research them, all translate to the same entity by different names. Jesus also is considered the morning star. Venus is considered Lucifer is considered the morning star, and both of those translate into the devil. And the devil is the word lived spelled backwards, because the more further away you are from light or cleanliness, the closer you are to the spider. That's why the Egyptians put the serpent up, because the serpent lets you know cleanliness. For example, and I'm not just writing, it's very clean in here. I'm gonna use this for us an example. You could go get a big 10-foot python right now, boa constrictor, and put it on your ground, it'd be good. You don't have glass and shit on your floor. If your shit wasn't clean, you would never have a reptile. It'd never come around. And that's why I was talking to this gentleman earlier, and I'm like, reptiles symbolize that you are clean. Birds symbolize, if a bird don't live in your tree, that means that tree got all kinds of fungus in there. It got shit in there that this bird said, I can't make a nest. If a snake don't feel comfortable enough to crawl through your backyard every once in a while, that means your backyard is not an
Let
inhabitable place.
me ask you about the nest real quick.
But that spider?
Back home, I own a business back home.
Yeah.
And it's a bird nest that's on my sign.
See?
So is that like a sign of like that?
That the bird feels safe enough to be around you and they think you're not going to fuck with it. You have a godly energy.
That's why they just realized this about the bird. They couldn't realize how the birds see. They thought the birds were seeing like directly how we see.
Right.
But scientists realized that the birds see all dimensions all at the same time.
All at the same time.
Right now.
And that's why, and guess what hunt the bird? The spider. That's why
the Goliath bird eater spider.
All of them do. Don't let nobody lie and say it got to be big enough to grab it. A spider, that's what they want you to think. It can't get it unless it's big enough. Yeah, the right. Man, spiders will crawl in your mouth and eat your ass from the inside on the way out. Them to crawl in you and lay eggs in you.
So it's not true that some birds are spies, because I heard that the pigeon is a form of a genetically engineered.
And I was just finna say, if that is not an organic organism, let's say that, right? If it's not a natural entity, obviously the government, or not saying ours, but somebody government is most likely using that shit to violate this out your privacy. Let's just say that.
They not
but
lying,
most likely, go ahead.
Like right now, if you're watching this, just to elaborate on that, with the Iran war, they sending flies, they're sending bugs,
insects
with cameras on them, watching them, with microphones on them, watching
them, and more than that.
And you got to understand this, where we come from, if you're watching this, in our environment was always full of roaches. We couldn't get rid of them no matter what we did.
You know why you can't get rid of a roach? You want to know why?
Talk to us.
It's the 18-wheeler for a spider. Yeah. All insects, the whole insect
they come in the roaches.
They're the 18-wheeler for, if you own a business, what you shipping your
I'm starting to feel spider wheel.
The reason you can't get rid of roaches is because you can't get rid of the spider, because the spider is creating the roach. People don't think that the spider is that intelligent. It is. Listen, ants is not.
The spider is creating roach.
Helping them breed.
How they do that?
Because they have a pocket in the cat when they invade planets, right? How the fuck we gonna exterminate all the roaches unless we crawl into the bottom of a deep ass cave? And I ain't going down there. You going down there? No. So the spider is holding the door open for this to repopulate, because what spiders do is they give their eggs to the roach, and the roach go spread their eggs. You ever hear the saying, before I could do, you ever hear the saying, every time a fly drop on you, it drop an egg?
I heard that.
Well, who eggs is they dropping? Because this ain't pregnant. What? They dropping the spider egg. And everything and I'm gonna end this here, everything you drop on the floor, ant, no matter what it is, food or metal or plastic, everything that you drop on the floor, an ant either take it to a spider for them because they perform forensics, for them to perform forensics, or it take it to the spider to see what new inventions humans have come out with. Humans are being spied on by insects because they don't understand that these are.
I love that, right? Because he's not lying, and like it's crazy. A lot of people.
That's what World War II was about.
That's what I'm saying, right? A lot of people watching try to understand this. It's something you got to understand, that everything is connected. Like everything that you see, every animal, every species, everything is connected. You remove one, you remove it all. So everything is connected, and everything is like doing the same thing we doing. We just think we're the most intelligent. Because,
and I said to say this, and I'm not saying he said nothing wrong, but I have to jump in and say this. And my people said, "What's up?" They told me to hit. I'm like, I'm gonna hit you in a second.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can grab yours now and then get to work. Here's why it matters. Back in 2019, I had this killer business idea, but I delayed getting the domain name because I wasn't ready. That was a huge mistake. Someone else grabbed it, built the exact same business I planned, and now they're making all the money that I could have been making. And that's why I'm sharing this. Locking down your domain name is crucial, and on Wix, it's super fast. They handle all the tricky tech stuff for you, making it seamless. And honestly, having a domain name gives your idea instant credibility. A domain name isn't just a name, it's a way to claim your space and take your idea seriously. Because once it's taken,
we have become too close to somebody that's not us, to where we started having thoughts that are not ours. Like when you watch it, it's called Eurocentricity. And no, I'm not racist, but I'm being honest. Like, I know that if I'm watching what's the shit called for the sunblock commercial, right? Sunscreen. I know that shit is not for me.
Sunscreen is not for black people?
No, because we have melanin. We don't need to block the sun. But for specific people that don't have melanocytes or melanosomes in the epidermis layer of their skin, and they have, let's say genetic indifferences, that's a nice way to say it to make sure this video is still safe. For people who have genetic indifferences and are not fully actually human, right, genetically engineered species, they do need sunblock. Just like a shark don't need an air tank like a scuba diver, but we ain't no sharks or fish. We need air tanks, right? So imagine a shark living next door to a scuba diver for so long that the woke up one day and asked his to give him a scuba tank, and she like, you a shark, you don't need that. So that's what happened. Black people, we don't realize that we are living next to so many different forms of species that are foreign. It's one thing to ask, where do white people come from? Where do Arabs come from? Where do Jews come from? That's one thing that is still arguing about, even though I know exactly the answer. But imagine after that, now you got to argue about, where did this type of dog come from out of that type of dog? Where did this fly come from? Where did this creature come from? We have over 20,000.
Where did the 12 disciples come from?
See? It was zodiac signs.
Explain it to us.
Well, each and
What
every...
is your sign?
Virgo.
So 12 disciples were like Jesus. That wouldn't.
Well, Jesus is considered symbolic to the
Capricorn.
sun.
Jesus is a Capricorn.
Symbolic.
Right. Zodiac. That's right. And it's all zodiac. And the 12 in the Last Supper, right? The specific positions is symbolic to the different seasons and things like that. And it is supposed to be astrological.
So 12 disciples wasn't actual people, it was actually zodiac signs.
Yes, and let me break this down why that's important. So people don't be like, oh, we don't believe in that. A constellation is a group of stars that form a particular pattern. A zodiac sign or a zodiac constellation is a group of stars that form a particular pattern, but they affect you because you're the closest to it. So on Earth, we have 12 zodiac signs, but on another planet, we might got 30. The zodiac constellation to the organism is always going to be the group of stars that's the closest to its planet, right? So our particular sun has 12 other goddamn suns or stars or patterns, right? We want to call them, that waves influence the shit out of it because they the closest. But if we was on another planet, another galaxy, they might have 50 stars that influence the shit out of this one. So the point is, these celestial objects follow each other as we travel through space, and a lot of y'all may not have been given this model in school, and I'm glad this gentleman brought it up. Do we learn in school? Obviously, no. The solar system is not what you call heliocentric. It's geocentric, or is what I like to call vortex-centric. What is heliocentric before I go into the geocentric and vortex-centric? Heliocentric is the misunderstanding that the sun is in the middle and that we have planets and everything else revolving around the sun. Not only is that physically wrong, that's psychologically wrong, because that'd turn you selfish on accident as a man, because you would think that the world revolve around you. When it don't, it follow you. If the world revolve around you, at some point in time, you're going to collapse on yourself and turn into a black hole. It's too much weight. But if the world follow you, it's always going to be balanced. So the point is, not only is that wrong,
so
physically,
how you suggest things go instead of going like this?
The sun is, the best analogy I give is like when get married and they put the cans on the back of the car and you dragging the cans. Mm-hmm. That's how the sun is going around the universe. The sun is pulling the planets. The planets ain't rotating around the sun. The sun is traveling at exactly 70,000 kilometers an hour, right? And I forgot how many miles. I think that's 100. That's something miles per hour. We'll translate it. But I know kilometers for sure. 70,000 kilometers per hour the sun is traveling. Let's say this going this way. Unless it's getting ready to, it's going cyclically. It's going in a big circle, but you're not going to see it going in a circle from a certain perspective because it ain't no line, right? Unless you can see that unless you got a spider's web or something, you can see that.
So everything is following the sun.
Yes, the sun is traveling and everything is behind it doing this, swirling behind it in a vertex. And it's
I get the sun. Can you explain the moon? Tell me why.
The moon is masculine and feminine mix.
I know that, but I came up with my own theory on why sometimes I walk outside and I don't see the moon.
Right.
Why is it? Because I came up with this. Sometimes when you go outside and you don't see the moon, that means you're dreaming. But if you do see the moon, now, but I want to, what is your...
I don't rule out. Yeah. I don't rule. Listen to me, you never know if somebody getting up every day and flashing us with that silver shit like on Men in Black and we don't know.
Right. The moon the moon's always there, but there's a dark side of the moon. Maybe you see that and then you don't see the
it ain't never happened to you? You walk outside and you don't see the moon? I'm talking about the new moon.
A lot of times I don't see the moon.
Yeah.
A lot of times I don't see anything that I'm looking for. If you're looking for something, you probably ain't gonna see it.
I would. That's a wise answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that. If you're looking for it, you probably ain't gonna see it, right? The Bible has been for a long time, and I don't think nobody actually ever read the Bible. I don't know. I can't say nobody.
I haven't read it, but my grandmama pushed it in my head.
Right.
You know, she told me different. I grew up in a church.
Because that was her philosophical anchor, and I respect that.
Yeah, they stayed drilling it into me, but it was always stuff that I just questioned all the time. And then as I grew up, I became more spiritual. I became more of a thinker.
That's right, critical thinker, right.
You know, and then my family kind of took a step back from me, like, hey, what is this that you doing? You know,
because you're not controllable no more. And that's what it be about. And this is no disrespect, because I got religious family. No disrespect. It don't even be about that. It be about, we can't control this thought process. Mm-hmm. We can't control the way you see the world, which means we don't know how you see it, and we are afraid of not knowing what you're thinking, because we only that's afraid of not knowing what you're thinking all the time is that's trying to control you, right? And answering that, and I'm not abandoning that answer, but I also want to make sure I answer his question. I didn't abandon his question. Also, you may not see the moon depending on where we are in the world, based upon if they spraying in the air. Like, it's a million reasons, but also I'm pretty sure he was thinking this too. The moon, some people argue, may be actually a base disguised as a celestial body. They say that's what the Death Star is on Star Wars. So we can go into that.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this because this has been proven. Somebody have astral projected, right? And they went to the moon and astral projected, right? And when they went there, they saw the base, right? We know the astral police, they called them, they locked them up. Their body is still here, but they are locked up on the other side of the moon right now.
I know you get. Oh, go ahead.
Listen, and this is documented. This is not something I'm just making up. Their body is here. They asked protected to the moon. They got caught. They locked up because nobody supposed to be on that side of the moon.
Okay, so that brings me to this now, and a lot of people want me to ask me this. A lot of my friends watch you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my family they watch you, and they wanted me to make sure and ask, "Are you okay?" Because we've seen a difference. I've seen a difference. Me, my friends, my family. We watched you. And something changed. Like, to me, I feel like something changed. Like, do you feel like that? Do you feel like something changed with you?
Yeah,
Tell me about that part, because that's why I wanted to.
Well, thank you for giving a fuck to ask me.
Yes, that's one of the main reasons why I brought you.
Yeah. Christine. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That wine, that bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. Salute, bro. That's right. He on point. We on point. He on point.
Okay, so I one of the main reasons I wanted you to come out here was because I did want to check on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a couple of spiritual friends. They be like, hey, you know what's going on with Pharaoh?
Yes.
I'm gonna bring him out here, and I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna see what it is. Like, if it's something we could do to, help. Like, whatever.
Listen. We could. I'm gonna just tell y'all right.
Like content like disappeared or something like that. Would you
just my life?
No,
period.
nothing disappeared. But like, he looked different. Like, I'm gonna say it how it is. He spoke a lot more. His videos was like millions and millions of views. Like,
I'm gonna get right to it. To it. And like I said, as long as I get not as long because I ain't no money hungry. But like I said, I got 3 kids, and I got shit I'm trying to do in life. So yes, I'm gonna continue to stress this point. But really, what it is I'm gonna just give you a synopsis, right? Boom. Okay, for example, like on March 9th when I went to court for shit that was already dismissed, and I got all of the documentation on me already submitted it. My social worker got it. No, I ain't gonna say I didn't need one. They gave me one, and I want her now, and I'm keeping her now. So my social worker got all of that shit. But I said this, like on March 9th, I was reading my dad's death certificate, which also happened to be my oldest daughter's solar return / birthday, right? And I realized that my father died, and they're 8 months after they told me he was dead. So I said to say this, that was in 2013. So from 2012 till now, my life has just been very, very, very human trafficking, dealing with the government, and I'm constantly being given paperwork that's either fabricated or they're throwing it out.
The government targeted you?
Well, targeted me, but also I would just say, had I not knew the law or been wise enough to know how to get through this, and I would have died, I wouldn't be here. So for me, what really just blew me was just like, how many have y'all did this to that died, that never made it out?
You and Rashad Jamal had to run together, didn't y'all?
Yup, and we're gonna bring that up. But I don't know him though, and we still gonna bring it up. And don't let me forget, don't let me skip that. And whoever else we need to bring up, we're gonna bring up. I would say stress, but really what it was just betrayal. Mm-hmm. Like, and I say this on camera.
My baby mother stress you.
Yeah, and then we'll kill you. Yeah. And my baby mothers ain't in jail. at home right now. I ain't, like I said, I'm not gonna lie to my kids though about where the fuck I was at. I have not been around because your mother did this and she got the rest of her life potentially to do something to make her spirit right for when she go. Like I said, I ain't her goddamn father. I ain't their fathers. But I will say this. It was just different, bro. Like imagine the government or imagine this racist ass white trying to clip you.
So they stopped you from making your videos?
No, fuck them videos. I got deleted off everything. Fuck them videos.
And you keep getting deleted on stuff. They keep closing your Cash App. They keep closing your bank account.
It get deeper than that.
Do they close your bank accounts?
Yes. All my everything is closed. But they got it to where my phone is tracked to where I can't even use this device.
What you do all the millions on YouTube? What happened with the traction? What happened with the traction? Like what happened? Did people just stop calling you, stop booking you?
Nah, it ain't even about that. It's about I was using my YouTube, even though YouTube wasn't paying me, I was using it as a free promoter because I had so many followers. It was easy for me to say, hey, I'm gonna be in this city at this time.
And they shut your YouTube down too.
Deleted the fuck out of that years ago.
What was your most income that you made? Was it from, I mean, not income that you made, but where did the bulk of it come from? Was it YouTube?
No.
Traveling.
YouTube wasn't doing what the fuck I just did coming here. And with you and with you. If I wasn't getting up off my ass and traveling, I would have died.
And it got hard to do that because they kept closing your stuff, right?
It got impossible to do that. Just like nigga, we ain't putting nobody in my business, but you would not have been able to get me here unless somebody else let me use your Cash App. That's a fact.
So was it?
So if I filed my taxes right now, guess what? That's an extra step that my CPA got to go because I got to say, well, we did business right, but this is about my third, fourth Cash App that they shut down without explanation. So my main thing is the government. I ain't gonna say the government because it's not only. Let's say are using public office for private gain, which is a federal crime.
So you wouldn't get paid for none of the millions of views on it?
Nigga, I ain't get paid for shit.
How did it happen? You just uploaded
I was demonetized for years because my content was
because of the type of content you was putting out.
You just kept putting it out anyway.
Yeah.
You kept putting it out even though
I wasn't getting paid. That's why I told you all them years on YouTube, I went up. I didn't get paid for that. You know how much money I would have had if I would have got paid for that? I was doing that off the strength. I was doing that off the strength because I'm like, people need to know this. I was only getting paid when I left the house. If I didn't get up and leave the house.
Gang, who was that?
That wine.
Gang, can you just turn the ring off, please, bro? It's on the side of the thing, like just turn that thing down, please.
If we, how you doing? If we calculate my career, I have not made $1 if I didn't get up to go make it. Outside of like my website, but I still had to go and promote that. But like, no, none of these social media platforms have paid me. That's why I pressed charges on them. And I wrote their up. And coming back to what you were saying and answering you, yes, I just felt so, like I said, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do something violent to somebody because I'm 32 years old and if I don't have to, I ain't. But the point is like, yo, imagine me literally arguing with the corrupt members of the government about my life. Like I just told you, I was in Tompkins County. I just had to literally tell if y'all put y'all hands on me, I'm gonna go as many of y'all as I can. I don't give a fuck if I'm outnumbered. I don't give a fuck about y'all being racist. If y'all put y'all hands on me, you have to finish the job.
A lot of people.
Now imagine being in that position. Hold on, let me get this out. Imagine being in that position, but I don't got no support.
You got a lot out.
I don't got no support, but then my baby mom's just basically indirectly throwing me to the wolves because you on the phone saying that would get us the green light to do it because you letting him know you don't give a fuck about
you do music?
Yes, I do.
A lot of people suggest that you fell off or they stopped listening to you because you started doing music and stopped talking.
I was doing music. I've been doing music. I was 17 years old. But they say you started talking more.
Well, a lot of people
doing music. A lot of people don't know.
And you start using the talking for the music, like you start finessing the game.
None of that's true.
That's what they suggest. You start finessing the game.
And I'm answering that now. None of that's true.
Did you start finessing the game?
None of that's true. I've been doing music since I was 17 years.
So you ain't start finessing. You ain't start.
How can I finesse the game? I didn't make no money. How can I finesse the game? I didn't make no money.
They say you was talking like you were spiritual, but you was acting like the same.
Well, I'm the same. I had pyramids tatted on me since I was busting my gun at 15, 16. I've been spiritual, but I will blow you across the street. I will stab you. I will beat you the f***. But
yeah, spirituality got a dark side.
But I'm saying, no, it ain't about the dark side. It's about. I'm not gonna. No. It's about this. You could be a stone cold killer. You could be a nerdy white hippie. You're not about to just go in my pockets. So my thing is with people is what it is people want to take your lifestyle and manipulate it to abuse you. For example, I've had women literally abuse me. I've had women literally, and women, they try to knock a tooth out. Abuse.
Like put their hands on them.
Get the out, make it through the night, starve to death, die. Like I've had try to dog me.
Starve to death, die.
If I had my own money, I'd be starved to death and dead and homeless right now. If I couldn't pay for hotels. But the point I'm trying to make is this. If I smack a bitch or I turn up on a bitch, you know what's the first? You're an undefeated fighter.
Well, you gotta pay
You're
hotels at the millions.
You living in hotels right now?
I have a felony.
Hold on. How you have to live in a hotel when you one of the biggest?
Because I have I've been homeless technically since I was 16.
No. But you're one of the biggest spiritual leaders that the community has seen.
My friends, everybody watching.
You the biggest spiritual. So how are you homeless? Why?
Because I have a felony on my record and I can't rent an apartment. I can't actually have property. The government will not give me property, even though I got my case. Pause. Let me answer this for him.
Okay.
Even though I got my case, and for the people at home, even though I got my case dismissed, the government still won't take it off my record. I got the paperwork to show my dismissed, but they still got it on my record. I ain't been able to get a gun. I ain't been able to do shit for over 10 years. So even though I made $2 million, I'm still technically homeless because I can't do anything with the felony. I can't get a gun. I can't get an apartment. I can't do shit but say with a and say, listen, baby girl, I'll give you 5 bands.
But you and Shaw Jamal, y'all was big, man. Y'all was making.
Don't say y'all, because I don't know who the fuck that is, and he tried to steal my squad. And he almost got beat the fuck up. I mean, steal my swag, and he almost got beat the fuck up.
No, he said the same thing about you.
I'm ready. Listen to me. I bet he did say the same thing about me. But the thing is, a liar is always going to lie because you're not going to say you started it. So what it is, let's keep it real. The didn't know me. He didn't know that I'm not no.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
And he thought I was a hoe ass. Kind of, no disrespect, kind of like Bow Wow. Like, you know, be trying to front on Bow Wow. Like, I don't think Bow Wow, I wouldn't front on Bow Wow, but you got niggas in the club that'll bump Bow Wow, you know, Lil Romeo. He must have thought I was like a Bow Wow. And I fuck with Bow Wow, I ain't talking down what's it. He thought I was a hoe ass.
He thought you was a bow ass.
He thought I was a.
He thought you was a little bow ass.
He tried to muscle me. And
how he tried to muscle you? What happened?
He told me he was gonna kill my kids.
Rashad Jamal said
the spiritual
leader, Rashad Jamal.
The spiritual preacher.
Hold on. The spiritual leader, Rashad Jamal called you. Hold on. Tell us the story. How did it happen? Tell us the story how this happened. How did it get to that point? Tell me the story how this happened.
Okay, this how this shit happened. And I'm just tapping this to make sure that the wine is coming so we don't got too many. Okay, perfect.
Tell us how it happened. Grab him. Tell us how.
Okay, Bob, we right there. So, boom, this all took place because the was talking to me just repeatedly. How you doing?
He was just talking about it.
Yeah, he was talking to me just repeatedly after repeatedly over and over. That just kept talking to me. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that. But listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not no cop out artist. Like I said, I'm not no hoe. But sometimes I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. So like Pharaoh got a big ass head.
Come down.
I laugh. Like, I'm telling you.
He said that about you?
Well, not him particularly, but I'm saying like, people troll me all the time. I just didn't know it was going to get that serious with him.
As that do come within the,
that's what I'm
media.
Saying. Sometimes this shit is, listen, sometimes this shit be funny. Like, I done had make my teeth buck, and I legitimately be like, that's funny. Like, if I was a comedian on the stage and I made a joke on you and you made a joke, I'd be like, that blew me. I shouldn't have tried him. So sometimes shit be funny. But like I said, the just kept going. But I don't really respond to troll. I don't really respond to people trying to get famous off conflict. And that's what people do, start beefs.
Okay.
But then said, I'm gonna get right to it. Yeah. Then he must have thought because I wasn't responding that I was a.
Yeah.
So the trolling started turning into threats. Like, you know, it went from stop listening to young Pharaoh. He ain't, you know, he's a fake, he's a scammer. Okay, people say all the time, whatever, right? That wasn't right. But then that started turning into, he lucky I don't beat that fuck up. That little, he only like 50 pounds. Then he started sizing me up. Then I ignored that. And then once he didn't get a response out of that, then that turned into, young Pharaoh ain't built for no, he can't be the leader of this community. He a something. It's whatever's made him say it. I don't know. I wasn't in the room, but I know he was talking about, if a war popped off in this country, I'm not built for it. I'm a whole and he basically was like, man, his kids. Mm-hmm. And somebody said something to him and he was like, it's war, nigga. It's war.
Okay, so all right, let me ask you this now.
Oh,
that's all right. That's all right.
No. We ain't gonna get off that. We ain't gonna like he said stuff. Like I want to look.
Hold that train of thought.
Rashid Jamal.
Rashad Jamal, I believe.
Rashad, fuck his name.
I don't know.
So he recently like said that like
that's how it popped off. I got it on camera.
You was an agent.
First he started saying, I'm gonna build it back up. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I told him so you can get everything you said.
I don't know, are you an agent?
Well, I can't be an agent. I've never worked for the government in my life.
Right.
And I just came here right after just getting out.
Why would he say this kind of stuff about you?
Because be trying to get famous the wrong way. They instead of just saying, can we do a video together? And I would have said, yeah, come on. First I would have looked him up, obviously, but I would have said, come on. Want to get famous the wrong way. Want to get famous off fighting all the time. Want to get famous off beefing all the time. Instead of me saying, I fuck with you and I fuck with you, I don't know y'all personally, but can I sit in the VIP with y'all for the night? The worst thing you could say is no. Right or wrong?
Did you feed into the Rashad Jamal beef shenanigans?
I never responded to him at all until he said he would kill my kids.
So he was out when this was going on?
Oh, me and him have been on Instagram Live together.
So he was out.
I seen it.
So he was out. So when he told you to kill kids, how did his community take that and how did you take that?
I don't know how they took it because I didn't look it up. I told you got this ad.
Spiritual leaders said, y'all should be going back and forth.
Ain't no spiritual leaders because I don't know that. And I don't consider myself to be a spiritual leader to nobody at this point because it ain't on paper. And for two, I didn't start this, not saying I wouldn't lead the community, but let me speak about my origins and where I'm from. I didn't get up one day like him and decide I'm a clout chasing, name myself the spiritual community leader. I came up whooping people in court. You know what I'm saying? I didn't wake up one day and be like, 607 uncle's going viral and I'm a troll him and woo woo. You know me from writing police up, fighting police, writing FBI's up, smacking FBI hands down. My name is really in the streets. The MRU, pressing judges. Like I said, listen to me. I had the blick on me one time when I was young. Police reached for it. I smacked his hand.
Can you?
So my thing is, I came up from doing real gangster shit and then translating my life into actually being proactive legally for my community. And then people discovered me on accident. Never forget, I got discovered. I went viral on accident. I didn't wake up one day.
But back to Rashid. Back to Rashad. I want to make sure I get enough of this, right? Because I don't think that people get enough of this.
Come on, with it, yeah.
He recently went and did an interview with 16 Shot him.
Now, I don't know who that is. You got to inform me too.
Don't nobody know who he is.
Okay, Skip, come on.
Unfortunately, right? Anyway, but in his interview, he said a lot of stuff, right? I just want to know about these things that he is saying about you.
Right.
Say you scammer, you're a fraud. Did you do fraud? Did you run around taking money from your community and you were spending it on other things? Sort of like a preacher do in the church.
If you're a woman expert between the ages of 40 and 70 and you have a message that you know could benefit the world in a huge way, here's a woman in her mid-60s that has now reached over 15 million people that never would have heard of her, using the exact same structure in every TikTok video that she films. Her name is Dr. Joy. She did not have a TikTok account before we met. Her most viewed video has 8.7 million views. Right after that, 3.8 million views. Another one at 1.6 million views. And she follows the same format in every single video. And here's what that format is. Number one, we're going to start with a hook. And that hook is going to do three things. Number one, you're going to communicate to the audience that they're going to learn something big. Number two, in a small amount of time. And number three, and that you're the person to share it with them. That's just the hook. The hook is about 10 seconds long. Second part of the video is your intro. This is your little virtual billboard where you tell people what you do so that when they watch the video and they think, oh, this person's an expert, I want to hire them, they know how to hire you. Number three is the content of the video. This is where you deliver on what you promised in the hook. And number four is your call to action, where you bring people to the links in your bio.
Now, that would only be true if I made money to do that. So, okay, listen to me. He's accusing me of committing a crime. So, like, am I a hoe if I press charges on him and take him to court and say you're falsely
He already in jail for it.
But I'm not saying, I'm just bringing it up, right? Because when you accuse me of robbery and accuse me of theft, right? That could put a target on my back. Who's the fuck to say you won't accuse me of scamming somebody's sister, her brother is a stone cold killer, we gotta gun it out or go knife for knife? Because you done told this guy I robbed his sister and I ain't never met her, but that ain't gonna stop him trying to fuck me up. Just like when say, he hit me. I ain't touch you, but I'm outside fighting every uncle you got because you said that. So my thing is, people have accused me of being a scammer and accused me of committing crimes to try to stop people from genuinely supporting me for over 10 years. But the point is, Now, which I'm wrong if I take you into a federal courtroom and tell you to get on the stand and prove that, and if not, you go into prison for 3 to 11 years for publicating misinformation. Because at the end of the day, I filed taxes. At the end of the day, I have a legitimate paper trail. I have literal permission from the government of Texas. I mean, from the governor of Texas, Governor Abbott. People don't even know I had to get permission from the United States government to even use a university. He stole that from me. I have literal a stamped seal from the United States government saying, if you wanted to, you could open up a university next to Harvard. We couldn't shut it down because I got the paperwork to say I run a legitimate university. Pause. Let me tell you how important this is. Refresh that. I run a legitimate university, not a teacher, not a principal. We can go, me and him right now could go next door to Yale, build some dorms, build some classrooms, and I could teach the law. I have permission to run a legitimate university. I've never scammed anybody. And once again, why do y'all think I sued YouTube? And no, I didn't lose my YouTube lawsuit too.
Yeah. Pharaoh just literally single-handedly gave y'all some gems. Let me tell y'all. That brother just said did y'all just hear what he said? He just said, I gotta come on camera for this. This man just openly said, I don't know how many people y'all have done this to. I could have lost my life. He said, I'm going through something. This man said, oh my God, I gotta stop it. This man said, I have went through something that I could have lost my life. I was basically I've been basically trafficked. And he's not saying in a sexual sense. He's saying his mind has been trafficked by powers that be's because of his knowledge. And only because of his knowledge is why he's still here today. I can't make this shit up, y'all. Look what I'm reading today. Because just like I read the Bible, okay? The United States, the Constitution, I'm reading this bitch. Because they took away sections out the fucking laws that I can't even understand how it affects me fully. So I don't listen to nobody say I'm going to read it myself. This man just said he saved his own fucking life. They try to diagnose this man as schizophrenic. How many people you know are in court fighting to prove that they are mentally capable? You gotta be mentally capable to even want to fight that. But this is how these people operate. When you say stuff that wasn't meant to be said, that was told not to be said, when you get the knowledge that was forbidden, now you're crazy. Just y'all do that stuff to me on this same page. A lot of people come out here, I say stuff that they don't agree with, shit that they was taught never to know, and then you're Lucifer. That's the same shit he's saying. That's the same shit happening to him on a higher level. Now this make me want to go watch Rashad Jamal. Even though in this video, he's supposed to be exposing him. But Rashad said some shit that was true. They don't attack you if you lying. They only attack you when you telling the fucking truth. Y'all. I always had a fear of spiders. This shit this deep than what you think. My question is, how do spiders and cats get along? Now, also, I gotta add one more thing here, y'all. Be careful who y'all allow to upset y'all right now. You could potentially lose your life. People are possessed. The possessions are strong. Let me tell y'all. Do not engage in argument. Do not engage in this. Do not walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Today and to this time is not the time to argue and get into it with people. You have somebody trying to start some shit with you, you leave. If you know this person is triggering and you don't like this person, Leave. Do not commit violence right now. I beg you, do not commit violence right now. It could be the end of you because the power is so strong. Spirit is down. Y'all think that they just talk. Y'all think shit is just talking. It's just words. It's not. Why do you think the airline spirit is down? Spirit ain't high. It's not in the high side. You're not in. Look, man, I gotta go back to work. I gotta go back to my slave. And guess what? I'm about to be a millionaire. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm so rich. I'm so wealthy. I got some great wealth coming. I've came up with some things that is just gonna be bigger than I can even imagine. Y'all just wait on it. Finish listening to the video. This has just really touched me because he just basically saved himself from a so-called suicide, because that's what usually happens when people get knowledge. They commit suicide. Oh my God! Let me go back to this, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know. Whew. Oh, I can't even see. Okay, I got a video. Okay, let me turn this back up. Cause what is we talking about?
Y'all can stop saying that too. That's another thing I'm clear. But my thing is this: why do y'all think I sued all of these social media platforms?
Why?
Because they didn't pay me my money, and they was keeping all of my money. Like, one of the things I argued was I did a live stream that had 400,000 views in one live. I didn't get none of the donations. The live chat was donation. My thing is, how the fuck am I scamming people when spending money when I'm sitting here arguing about why the fuck I'm not getting my money?
I believe him.
How is I'm scamming people? Listen to me. How is I'm scamming people when spending money when I'm arguing about where is my money? So first of all, I gotta get the money. I gotta pause. Who gave me money to spend, and what did I spend it on? Everything that I purchased, that's still mine.
Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Come on. Damn. I hate when I twist the and then the camera wanna pan out. It takes forever. See, there it go. Okay, it caught itself. Okay, that's not what I had it on. What happened to what I was watching? Get out of here. Like, why would that just happen?
You don't know what an AI work management platform is? Yikes. Here's 3 new AI-powered...
Amen.
You don't know what an AI work management platform is? Yikes. Here's 3 new AI-powered changes.
Right? It's because that is to venerate the spider. You're supposed to say Aten. So you have Kepra.
Aten.
Right.
So the main question I was asking you is, how can you tell? Like, because, like I told you, I sometimes be out and I have that happen to me, but I don't know at the end of the day. So how can you tell if you out around?
My genuine answer to that would be I wouldn't know if you genuinely seen something or not unless I seen it with you. Yeah. I'm not gonna get on here and let me say this to him real fast before you go. I'm not gonna do no hocus pocus shit because I done been abducted before. We can talk about that too. I done seen real shit. But I was gonna say this, the reason I would tell you that is because that's like if Unc got the blick on him, right? Ain't nobody gonna know unless he flash you. Or he blow you. The only way you gonna know he got the strap is if you're shot or if he see you and say, stop playing. So the point is this, how do we know you haven't seen something that only wanted you to see it? But who am I to say
that's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. See? Go,
whatever you see is meant for you. Your reality is your own. You cannot ask him what come in your reality.
For certain things. Because it may have been for you. Or you what they call it, help me for you. Missing your blessing.
The government have proven this. That this right here is controlled by this right here.
Focus.
So this right here controls this. Your reality actually shows what you feel on the inside. It's a mirror. What you see out here is exactly what you feel on the inside. It's no other way. A depressed person is depressed on the inside. You're gonna be depressed on the outside. It's just whatever's on the inside is on the outside. That's why you gotta go within. And you clean the inside, it's gonna clean your outside. That's why you cannot do nothing on the outside.
How you meet a person.
You can't do on the outside.
And then the person kind of have similar traits like how you have. Like I do that.
Everybody is, because everybody you meet is you. Listen, everybody you meet got your bad ways, your good ways. No, you cannot vibrate no higher than what you are. You can't meet no better than what you are. That's why I say I'm gonna find me a good relationship. You gonna find a relationship with the same person as you. You cannot align with nothing other than you. Like if you at home say, oh yeah, you a cheating, you know your bitch. cheating. It's
To
no
a certain
other
extent.
way.
Yeah,
Ain't no
to a
certain
certain-
extent. If
maybe.
you doing it, ain't no maybe. Because you only can vibrate you.
Well, wait. I say maybe because listen
Ain't no
to me.
maybe.
I'm gonna tell you why I said maybe, and I'm like I said.
You don't even vibrate you. You're in denial. You must cheat. Don't want your woman to cheat.
No. I ain't saying that. The reason I said this is because listen to me. I know I done been faithful. I done had name tatted before. You feel me? So I ain't saying this is me. I ain't here to stop this. I ain't saying he wrong. I'm just saying from personal experience, I know be cheating. They don't give a fuck.
I have a lot of
Nah,
homegirls.
I'm not saying women don't cheat. I'm not saying women cheat.
You agree when women cheat more than men?
I'm saying it's like this. It ain't that. I'm
Women
saying
cheat
if you
way
a
better
cheater,
than me.
Better, yeah.
If you a cheater, all you gonna see is cheaters.
That's right. I'm not
That's
saying
what
you're
I'm
saying
saying. Period. So
That's
if you
true.
run across women that cheat, then you are just a cheater.
That's why that going through your
I
phone.
have,
She knows it's her fault.
homegirls. I've witnessed cheating being spectacular. I've
Because they fuck with cheaters.
And then get on the phone with the be like, who over there? And then get the blame of the for something they just did.
Yeah.
I be like,
with cheaters.
I hear you.
They all don't want to believe and say that they're cheaters.
Yes, I hear that.
But they all cheaters.
Yeah.
I'm telling you for real. Like, I don't worry about that. Like, just like robbers run with robbers and killers run with killers.
Birds of a feather
flock together. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you this. If I knew a that stole, I knew he'll steal from me. Right?
That's true.
if you hang with a nigga that steal, he'll
eventually steal from you. Just like if you knew a
That's
nigga
true.
like to fight, eventually he gonna fight me when he run out of fight.
Maybe.
And if I knew a nigga like the I knew that he'll eventually.
Listen to me. I'm only gonna disagree with y'all on the second ones and just ask that y'all be a little bit more detailed about the second ones, not the stealing.
I'm saying the nature.
But the fight, I ain't gonna lie because I would never fight one of y'all.
No, I'm not saying it's in their nature to fight. Some people accessible.
But I don't start shit.
Accessible fighter.
Okay, that's right.
Right, a accessible fighter will turn the fight on you.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Somebody that use these things
That's right.
excessively.
Yeah.
Right. But listen, I'm gonna say this. This is one of the episodes where I can look back and I can say that we discussed so many things that was probably would be banned.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things that we spoke about, I don't believe the government would like. Right. I think it's like we went a lot of places where
we have forced people to critically think outside of what school would have regulated
you do this
to
pretty
do.
often.
No, not the way he do. Right, the way I do it is
not these particular topics. I know you're saying.
So what we did today, it was sort of like different. And I think everybody watching don't see it.
But no, keep talking. But before you end your sentence, make sure I bring up some legal points I want to put out on here.
Right,
too.
that's why I'm going to go to you right now.
Yeah.
But before we even try to wrap this up, right? I just wanted to make sure that Pharaoh got to say everything he had to say because I want to say that a lot of people probably saw him. They saw him as rising up here.
Keep going. I'm going to get murdered. I'm bringing the wine over here.
Up to the top, right? And then maybe they probably saw him,
just say I had it in for. Just say I took a little.
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it ain't. Yeah,
but
that's
just like the weather, right?
Changes.
There's a time for everything. Everything changes, right? But now is the time for.
A lot of podcast platforms try to be all in one, but Riverside actually is. Here's how I use it. I go
Everything to do what it's supposed to.
Blah. It is time. It's spring. What is it right now? It's time for it to spring.
It's time for it to spring, right?
That's right.
So before we get out of here, let them know how to find you. Anything that you need to let them know. Anything you need to tell them. Because this is X-Files, we revealed the previously unrevealed, man. And we had a wonderful time with you.
Yes, beautiful. And also, I'm going to ask this gentleman, you had a spiritual question about reincarnation.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, before we go, see, I ain't think I remember I'm with both of y'all. Like I said, I'm here to. I'm honoring this interview. I'll make sure I answer every question. If they pop one up, we got to cut this camera back on real fast. We can do that. Before I answer this gentleman's question, you can find me primarily on TikTok at Young YOUNG Pharaoh PHARAOH TM for trademark. So that's Young Pharaoh TM. I made another Instagram which is Young_Pharaoh TM. Somebody took the name. I made another Twitter, which is Young Pharaoh TM, but I'm primarily on TikTok. So I just asked that y'all follow me there. I'm kicked off social medias. Whatever they did in the back got this tracked to where my number or my device won't even let me make an account. I can't even make a Cash App account. It says disabled from your device. So let me let y'all know how serious this is. I can't make a Facebook. I can't make a YouTube. I can't make shit. It says basically, nigga, fuck you and your phone and your iPad and any electronic device you own. If I don't, I would have to get his phone or get his phone to make a social media to use it. I can't even use it on my phone. That's how kicked off I am. So I want to let y'all know that. I don't think I'm being an asshole. I don't want him to think I'm being an asshole. I'm not trying to give y'all no trail to follow me. I gave them boys I think he got it, and I make sure he get it. I gave them boys my personal cell. But this is why I tell everybody, I just gave somebody my personal cell at the airport because they're like, where you at on social media? If you don't got TikTok, you need my number. Because you're not going to find me. I cannot make another, I can't, whatever the they did in the back, I cannot
The
even
only reason
get
you're
on
on TikTok because they owned by America.
Right. Listen to me. Say it one more time.
Only reason you're on TikTok because it ain't owned by America.
And guess what happened to me? Guess what happened to me 2 months ago?
What happened?
They deleted my TikTok, banned me off it, and TikTok gave it back in less than 90 seconds. I put that on my father. Deleted my TikTok and said, you are no longer allowed to use TikTok. It is disabled. I was banned. I was ready to cry. And whoever the fucking China got on there and said, get that back, he ain't doing nothing wrong. So say it one more time. Mm-hmm. Only reason I'm on TikTok is what?
Because America don't own.
Everything that America owns, I am blacklisted.
Yeah.
And so
I wanted to explain why I wanted to talk about reincarnation first, and then we can end.
Yep. And I'm in this here. That's where y'all find me at. Other than that, hit up 607 Unc. Hit up Unc the Punk. Ask him if they.
I'm Tony, but our show is called Unc and the Punk.
Okay, that's right. Correct me. Don't never let me get shit wrong.
But he is a punk about to be an Unc.
That's all right. Tony. Call him Big Tony.
Yeah.
Salute Big Tony. Ask Big Tony. Ask 607 for me if y'all can't find me. And that's about genuine as I can. I'm not hiding. I'm not being an ass. America has about pretty much muzzled me to the max that they could muzzle me. And there's pretty much nothing that they haven't done yet to try to do that, including putting me in psych wards that I got released out of.
What I want to explain is that, okay, like I told you, some stuff happened to me as a child, and I went into digging and researching on why that happened.
Yes.
After I went into the logical and physical meaning of it, about the, what we talked about the person you was telling me about.
Right.
Then I went into the spiritual sides of it, got to digging and stuff like that. What is the spiritual meaning of that? And what I want to ask you is, do you think that it could be, or do you believe in when you die, they may put the female spirits or the female whatever in the boy bodies?
Vessel.
Or do you believe that when you die, you can, like somebody that you was with, they be put in something else, or they may have came back a little bit later than you, later than you did. Like you 30 something, but they put your wife in a kid, or something
right,
like
so
that.
I understand so before I answer, just to let you know that I'm answering you properly.
Okay.
Right? Basically, do I understand that the soul could be housed in a vessel that may not be specified or proper for it? Mm-hmm. Or do I also understand that two people or two entities could be reincarnated in the same lifetime, but at different time periods? Mm-hmm. Such as you could have came back as your father, and then your wife could be like your daughter's age or some shit. Is that accurate answer? Pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay, so now answering that, yes. Part one of that, either part two is true. Part one of that is definitely true. Mm-hmm. And not only can you put a person in a vessel, you can put a person in the original puppet was a tree. Like the story of Pinocchio is true. Anything that can conduct electricity can house a soul. And I hate to keep saying it, but I'm gonna say it again. That fucking spider. This is why I said you're not supposed to die in a room where a spider spin a web, because it could interrupt your. It is what is actually intercepting the reincarnational cycle of this planet. That's why you're not supposed to let the spider be the most high. See, Yahweh in Hebrew means ow, the spider bit me. A lot of people don't know that. Mm-hmm. So Yahweh is basically you saying, ow, it bit me.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Nina can't code.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice.
So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
I'm on lunch.
I gotta make a call.
I'll be in my office.
Just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator.
Book share an app. A workflow manager that
tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Trash duty schedule.
Since no one seems to care.
Just built a performance
I just created
manager.
a goal tracking system.
We built the same thing, didn't we?
Yep.
Can this thing manage content?
Is the SOC 2 compliant?
I want to animate this graph.
Create a party planner.
Profesor de Español.
An inter-office dating app. For dogs.
Right. So what happened when the spider killed the birds and became the most high in the tree? Everything that had to go up to the spider. Even your soul, when you die, you got to go through a spider web. Right. And it's physically touching all organisms, whether it's touching you with his legs or not, because it's touching you with his web. Right? And it's making physical contact. And that physical contact is interaction on a spiritual level that people are not accounting for. And when you go out of this vessel and you take your last breath and your spirit leave your body, if you got spider webs in your attic, or if you got spider webs in wherever the you at, in the trees or wherever, if your soul got to pass through that, a spider actually can intercept your reincarnation. Yes, you are 100% true. Also,
just hit home. I think I'm feeling a little.
That's okay. Let him flow. He flow.
Okay?
No, don't get straight in his space.
Make you upset?
He in his space right now. You gotta let him flow. Trust me, in his space. Trust me when I tell you that he in his space. You let him flow. You see his face? Yeah. You let him flow. Trust me. Listen. Also, you could take a person's consciousness. They put people consciousness in robots. You understand what I'm saying? They could build a brain. Your brain. They could build a brain. 3D organ transplant. Build a fucking brain and put your shit in the brain and how you living in a bowl in a brain. So the soul, this is why I stress cremation. You gotta make sure you gone when you gone. Because as long as your skeleton is here, can still summon your spirit and play with you and violate you. Now that's the answer to the first half. The second half, as far as different age groups, yes. And reincarnation, I'm gonna end this here. When we end this stream here. Reincarnation can be natural, it can be requested, it can be a punishment. So the point is, only you know what the you did in the lifetime before the current lifetime that you're having or you're about to have. Maybe you might be a ghost and you're watching this. Who knows? If I could speak to you on that level, I will. Only you in this current lifetime know what the you're doing. So you know what you're manifesting for yourself. And I'm ending this here, right? The Catholics talk about this purgatory. And people say, well, how do you know where you're going when you die? Because you know where the fuck you was going where you live, because you know what you was doing. And that's why the word behavior, behave is a prefix word. A prefix word, for y'all who don't know, is a word put on the front of another word. Long story short, keeping it hood so you understand. If I was an English teacher, I'd keep it ghetto just like that. A prefix word is when you put a word on the front of another word. A suffix word is when you put a meaning on the back of a word. For example, suffix would be like running, the ing, right? Or love, the ed. Those are suffixes. Prefix would be behave. Be is a word, have is a word. How you behave determines what you have. Right? You meant it, and he said it. I'm ending this here. He said it the best, talking about the brain. He said it. So 607 said it. So I mean, how do I know where I'm going after I die? You know where the fuck you going after you die, because you know what you did last night. You know what you did last summer. Don't ask me no that only you really know the answer to. What you're really saying is, how can I get out of trouble for I'm doing that I think nobody gonna catch me for doing? That's what you really asking me. So I said to say this, I'm gonna end this here. The spider is watching everything the fuck you do from the corner of the room. You got a better chance of going to ask that where the fuck you going, because I ain't got 8 eyes and I ain't watching you. And so with that being said, I'm ending it, and don't really try that, because somebody might really try that. So let me get this name. Don't really try that. I'm just playing. Well, I'm not playing. I'm serious, but don't actually try that. But long story short, yes, reincarnation, re-entering your carnal form. That's what that means. To express yourself within a nation. That's what all of that means. It's like 4 or 5 words in one. That is 100% what it is. Just like water evaporates, condensates, and then precipitates, right? You can choose a physical form or you cannot choose a physical form, but you still are in a form on some level, as he was speaking about earlier when he talked about the body being somewhere and the soul being here. And I say to say this, yes, all of that is mandatory. It's not an option, but it is mandatory for you. I mean, it is just as simple as, and I'm in this here, it's just as simple as how you decorate your room. The way you decorate your room is the way it's going to respond to your room. If you put pictures in your room, niggas going to be like, this nigga all the holes in the room. If you put up some racist shit or some that's going to spark attention, what's going to happen? I'm going to write your up or try to fight you over that room. So depending on how you live your life, it's going to determine how you got to live the next life or live in between lives. And that's if you don't make a deal with something or do something viceful, because just like it's grimy that'll get you out of trouble in the physical, it's grimy that'll get you out of trouble in the ab physical or out of the physical state. So you might actually could get away with everything you did, do it depending on who the you dealing with. And that obviously is viceful, but people do grimy shit. The point is, there is a world outside of this world, because that is the true world. And I'm ending this here. The ocean and the waves are the same body of water. The ocean pushed the waves to the shore and pull them back, but it's still the ocean. Every wave, each individual waves is one of us. We all come into physical existence and then we come out of it. But what the f you did between the time of that wave touching that beach and coming back is on you. And we don't know why the f you did what you did. We just need to know why you did it. And I'm ending this here. This is why our ancestors put the heart on the scale, because the heart is more valuable than anything in the body, including the brain, because it could think for itself too. It's not about what you do, it's why you did it. If this man harmed me because he protecting his family, is he wrong? No. But if he harmed me just because it's some outside he want to show off and fuck me up and snatch my chain, yeah. So the thing is, your intentions is 100. And I'm in this here. Intention is a prefix word. In is what? The inner self, and intention is tension. Right. Your intention is 100% your resolve and your your outcome. And depending on why you did what you did is going to determine, or should, I ain't gonna say it's going, because there are trickster spirits. It should determine why it is you ended up where you ended up, or why it is you're going to end up where you end up. But maybe you didn't do nothing to deserve to go there, and you went there because innocent people get over the most. Not just all the time. Right. Thank you. See? Told you, he thinking right now. I already know he in his back. Not just all the time, the most. Let's start saying that. Because that ain't got shit to do with nothing is the main that get up. Jump out with 100 round drum and shot everybody but the came to shoot.
Tom Ogle drove 200 miles on only 2 gallons of gasoline.
Royal Raymond Rife claimed he could heal cancer using sound frequencies.
Nikola Tesla built Wardenclyffe Tower. Hope
go to court, go to jail every day. You know how long it took them to catch Jeffrey Dahmer versus how many times I've been and I'm in this here. I passed 4 730 exams in 8 months, and I don't even eat meat. Y'all just watch me eat some vegan chicken patties on here. Got caught with a head, a finger, a rib, a hip, a foot, and a leg in his fridge, and they never once said that white motherfucker was crazy.
But that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Listen,
we eating vegan food right now, and I just got out of a psych ward on the 27th. On the 27th, and we eating vegan food right now, but a that to come in here and eat our ass, to come in here and try to eat our ass if we don't get him first, that was never deemed crazy. Right, he was given 999 years and he was deemed clinically sound. I got all my cases dismissed. I went to jail over a order of protection that got dismissed. Not even a crime, an order of protection that got dismissed, and the person said they didn't want it. And the court still tried to put it on me. And you know what they said to try to discredit me and her? I'm crazy.
Right. And that's one thing. Listen, X-Files, right? This is like one of them shows, right, that everybody gets a chance to watch and they get to understand 2 things, right? I like to say this. Good and bad is just somebody's idea. Right and wrong is just somebody's idea.
But virtue and vice is what it is.
Good and evil is just somebody's idea. Mm-hmm. Here go my thing, right? It's like a flip of a coin. Some people start off Christian and end up very spiritual. So it ain't actually where you start, it's actually where you're going. So everything in life end up leading you a way that's better for you. So I suggest that nothing ever was bad. That everything was just a stepping stone for you to get to wherever you're trying to get, whether it's energy work or whether it's trying to be a better human being, whatever you're trying to be, right? But listen, if you've been watching this, Pharaoh, everybody know him, right? And I just recently got hip to him, and for the people that were sending it to my DM over and over and over again, I appreciate it, because in watching this, I kind of understood what the government will do to silence you. They'll go the extra mile to silence you. And I don't understand why, because it ain't the money.
May I jump into detail on that?
Sometimes we already did. Sometimes it'd be information, and sometimes it'd be other things. But for everybody watching this, I do want y'all to look forward to the next one, because I'm going to bring them back, right? I don't want to make it so long to where YouTube would be like, you know what, we're not going to send it to more people, because the longer it is, the less people they send it to, right? You have video 5 hours, 4 hours long, they're going to send it to less people, they won't be able to get the word out, right? A lot of times, so we need to put it in different segments, because a lot of times how people learn too. You can't put all information into one thing. You break it down a little bit at a time and let people get the information. But they got to see him. That's a good thing, right?
Right.
Right. Listen, so if you like this interview, make sure you like, share, subscribe, gang. Follow Pharaoh. Swag out with mama. Stop playing with me.
Holla. Froze. All right, I don't know if we still filming.
That's it.
All right, Unc, I'm gonna get it to you. This is all I was gonna say then, but we ain't gotta say it. I was gonna say it then. Make sure you put it in your video when I...
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey,
Did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago? Even if you weren't driving. Just click the link around this video to see how much you can get. Just answer 5 simple questions, and it only takes 30 seconds. If you got hurt by a driver in last year, you might be owed money without even knowing it. You could get a check just like this one, maybe even more. Click the link now to find out. Tens of thousands of people have received a 5-figure or even a 6-figure check without going to court, paying big legal fees, or dealing with insurance companies or greedy attorneys. Even if you were a pedestrian,